Hi HFam, today I have took 50 of Harry Potter characters and put them in a rank of top 50. Let me know if you agree with any of the characters I put in this place, and comment down below where you put some of the characters. At number 50, I've got Dolores Umbridge. Just so you know, she's way down there. She's far from the best character, and she's far down from the person who is 49. I think it's really terrible how she treated Harry and his friends. But I also think it's a good thing that they gave Dolores Slytherin's locket, because I think only someone with her personality would be able to unlock the power in the locket. Number 49, I have Leta Lestrange from Fantastic Beasts. I think her character is really good because they included the past about her brother and her past about Hogwarts and how she got Newt expelled from Hogwarts when it should have been her. Number 47, I have Fudge. Fudge is the Minister for Magic up until the 6th book, but he was only bad because he thought that Dumbledore was trying to steal his job as Minister for Magic. Number 46 is Arthur Weasley. Arthur Weasley is the dad of Ron and all the Weasley children. I really like his character and I'm really glad J.K. Rowling didn't kill him off. He was probably only one of the good dads in the book. But it's still a shame that J.K. Rowling decided to kill off Lupin so Arthur could live. Number 45, Grimhook. Grimhook is the goblin that showed Harry to his vault in number 1, and then he had a change of heart and now he wants to steal the sword of Gryffindor. I think it's really cool how she included goblins in the wizarding world. Number 44, Kingsley. Kingsley is one of the Aurors that helped escort Harry from the Dursleys in book 6. I think he escorts Hermione. I really like the Battle of the Seven Potters. Mad-Eye Moody. Another one from the Battle of the Seven Potters was Mad-Eye Moody, but unfortunately he died due to one of the Aurors not doing the job properly. But I think it would have been really good to see Mad-Eye Moody as the teaching role rather than Barty Crouch Jr. Number 42, Slughorn. Slughorn is the teacher that takes over potions in book 6. I think it's really good how they show a bit of his past with Tom Riddle. I wish we'd have saw more of that in the movie. Number 41, Regulus Black. Regulus Black is the brother to Sirius, and most people know the story of him as a coward rather than a hero. He was the first person to discover that Lord Voldemort had made a Horcrux. I wish they'd have included this story in the movie. Next is 40, and that's Quirrell. Quirrell is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in number 1 and has Voldemort living at the back of his head. I think it's really good how Harry is actually looking sort of at the man who killed his parents and made his childhood never the same. Number 39 is Lucius Malfoy. Lucius is the father of Draco Malfoy, and Lucius is one of the main Death Eaters in Lord Voldemort's main circle. I really like his character, and I like the way how all the family change at the end of the movie. Number 38, Molly Weasley. Molly Weasley is the mum to all of the Weasleys. I think she's one of the strongest characters in the movie. I wish we'd have saw more of her in the movie, and I wish we could have seen more of her past with her brothers who were in the first Dumbledore's army. Number 37, Bill Weasley. Bill Weasley he's either the first oldest of the Weasleys or the second oldest, but I wish we'd have saw more of him in the movie. I think he only comes in around book 6 to help with the Battle of Seven Potters, but he is a good character, and he marries Fleur Delacour, who was a contestant in the Triwizard Tournament, which is book 4. Number 36, The Grey Lady. The Grey Lady is the daughter of Helena Ravenclaw, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. I think it's really good that they include her story and made her the one to tell Tom Riddle where she hid the diary. I wish we could have saw other founders. They might have had children as well. Number 35, Flitwick. Flitwick is the head of Ravenclaw House. I think it's really good because we see Flitwick pretty much all the way through. And fun fact, Flitwick is played by the same actor who plays Grimhook. Number 34, Peter. Peter is one of the 4 Marauders and was best friends with James Sirius Lupin. But at the end he betrayed James and turned them into Voldemort. So I like his character because he has a flip, but it's just sad it's the wrong way round. Number 33 is Kreacher. Kreacher is the house elf to the Blacks, and he had a strong bond with Regulus Black, who I mentioned earlier. And Regulus Black's last order was for Kreacher to destroy Slytherin's locket, as he believed that Voldemort had only made 1 Horcrux. Next is number 32, is Andromeda Tonks. She is the mother of Nymphadora Tonks and the sister to Bellatrix and Narcissa. They all come from the noble House of Black, and the House of Black is one of the most prestigious wizarding families. I think it's good that Andromeda was the only good sister out of the 3. I wish we could have seen her in the movie and her relationship with her daughter. Number 31, Hedwig. Hedwig is Harry's owl from the first movie. It's a shame she had to die in number 6, the Battle of the Seven Potters. I think this was a sad death because she just gave herself up to save Harry. Number 30, Cho Chang. Cho Chang comes in number 5, I think, and number 4. She is with Cedric Diggory, one of the four champions to compete in the Triwizard Tournament. I can't really say much about Cho Chang. I'm not too keen on her, but I know she's some people's favourite character. Number 28, Narcissa Malfoy. Narcissa is the mother of Draco and one of the sisters of Black. As I mentioned before, Black is one of the most prestigious houses. Number 27, Albus Potter. Albus Potter is from the Cursed Child. I know most people don't consider it, but J.K. Rowling said it was. And I like a few of the characters from the book. So Albus Potter, he was in the movie briefly at the very end. I like Albus Potter because they showed that his weakness was the same as his father's, which tied the 2 stories together. I also really like his relationship with Scorpius Malfoy because it's like the new generation. Like Draco and Harry weren't friends, but Albus and Scorpius are. 26 is Dudley Dursley. Dudley Dursley is Harry's cousin who he lives with for the first 12 plus years of his life before he went to Hogwarts. I like at the end when they show Dudley and Harry together, and Harry had forgiven Dudley for all of the years. I think that adds to his character. 25 is McGonagall. I think McGonagall is a great teacher because McGonagall's there from the start. She helped deliver Harry to the Dursleys, and then she was still left fighting at the end, helping him to defeat Voldemort. I think later on in her life she became the headmistress, and she actually employed Neville Longbottom to be the herbology teacher at Hogwarts. Number 24, Cedric. Cedric is one of the contestants who competed to win the Triwizard Tournament. I think that he was a good character, but it's a shame that he had to die so early on in the book. I think they could have kept him on for one more, or we could have seen him in an earlier movie. Number 23, Fleur. Fleur is also one of the contestants who compete in the Triwizard Tournament. We didn't get to see much of her character, but I think it's good to see someone from another wizarding school compete. She competed for Beauxbaton's Academy. Number 22, Lockhart. Lockhart is Harry's Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher in number 2, and Dumbledore only employed him because he knew some of the wizards that Lockhart had memory charmed to be able to sell his books. I think one of the funniest lines from Lockhart is, "It's an odd sort of place, isn't it? Do you live here?" It's really funny. Number 21, Barty Crouch Jr. Barty Crouch Jr. is the son of Barty Crouch Sr., and he is one of the main Death Eaters in Voldemort's circle. He, along with Bellatrix Lestrange and the Strange brothers, all evaded capture from the Ministry for quite some time. But the reason why Barty Crouch was sentenced to Azkaban was because he was one of the ones who tortured Frank and Alice. Number 20, Sirius Black. Sirius Black is the older brother of Regulus Black. He was the opposite of his brother because he wanted nothing to do with Voldemort and his reign, and he was all Gryffindor, whereas his family was all Slytherin. I think it was really good how he was the only different one in his family, and I liked his friendship with James, Lupin and Peter. Number 19, Snape. I like Snape's character, but you don't really like him at the start, but I like it when you see his past. And I think the line that is the best for Snape is, "You have your mother's eyes," because that's how he died. He died looking into the eyes of the woman that he loved. Number 18, Hagrid. Hagrid is the groundskeeper at Hogwarts, but the only reason why he's the groundskeeper is because he got expelled out of Hogwarts for suspicion of holding the Slytherin monster. But the person the person who was doing the attacks turned out to be Tom Riddle. So once this all got out in the open, Dumbledore gave him the position to be the Care of Magical Creatures teacher. I think this is really good for Hagrid's character because you see from the very start that he loved magical creatures. Number 17, Voldemort. I like his character, but I wish that in number 6 we'd have saw more about his backstory as Tom Riddle and his mother with Tom Riddle Sr. But overall he's a good character. Number 16, Dumbledore. Dumbledore is the headmaster of Hogwarts, as you probably know. I like Dumbledore's relationship to his students, and he's just a really good teacher. It's a shame he had to die in the movies. Comment down below if you know which one. I'm not quite sure. Number 15, Delphi. Delphi is the daughter. Definitely the daughter. Delphi is the daughter of Lord Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange. I think her character is really good. I wish she'd have been in the movies rather than just the Cursed Child, because most Harry Potter fans don't consider the Cursed Child. Next is Tom Riddle. This is the name that Lord Voldemort went for before he became Lord Voldemort. As I said before with the Voldemort character, I think it would have been good to see his past and how he became to hate Muggleborns and wanted the Wizarding world to be all pure blood. Number 13, Draco. I think that it's a shame for his character because he was forced to go down the role of Death Eater. He didn't really have a choice. But I like it at the end when the whole family flips around and they decide to start to turn the mind away from the life of the Death Eaters. Number 12, Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix is the oldest sister of Narcissa and Andromeda Tonks. She is the most committed to Voldemort. But I also like how she meets her demise to the hands of Molly Weasley. I think that if she'd have listened to her sister Andromeda, she could have gone down a very different path. Number 11, Lupin. Lupin is one of the best friends of James, Sirius and Peter, but he was a werewolf, so he didn't want his friends to desert him. So during his time of Hogwarts, he kept going away every full moon, and his friends put together that he was a werewolf, and instead of deserting him, they did something to make his transformations less painful. They became animagi, which meant they could turn from human to animal at will. By doing this, they were able to create the Marauders map, which shows where anyone is at any given time. Number 10, James. James is the last Marauder. He is the father to Harry Potter. I like James later for what we hear he became, but the treatment of Snape, I think that was very poor. He should have treated everyone equally. I think it's really sad how he treated Snape, but we see eventually that he was a good character. Number 9, Lily. Lily is the mother of Harry Potter, and during her time of Hogwarts, she was best friends with Severus Snape, who James and the Marauders liked to bully. It's a shame how Snape and Lily's friendship came to an end. Number 8, Tonks. This is Nymphadora Tonks, the daughter of Andromeda Tonks, who is one of the Sisters of Black. I think it's really good how someone from the most noble house, or one of the most noble houses, had a daughter with a half-blood, because it just goes against everything the family believes in. I think Tonks is a good character, and it's a shame she died in the Battle of Hogwarts. It's also a shame for Tonks and Lupin's son, because he'll die out. He'll grow up and not know what his parents were really like. Number 7, Dobby. Dobby is the house elf for the Malfoys. He came in number 2. It's a shame that the playwriters wrote him out of all the scripts apart from the last one, because they realised when they read the end that Dobby was really significant. Can't say that word. You know what I mean. I think it would have been better to see Dobby in the other movies, because it would make his death even more sad. But it's still sad in the movie, but I wish they'd have included the other books to do Dobby's parts. Number 6, Harry. I haven't really got much to say about Harry. He's the main character, but he's still really good. I wish that, even though most Harry Potter fans don't consider Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, I don't like Harry's actions towards Albus. I think Harry would never say that to his son, and he would never treat McGonagall how he did in The Cursed Child. Number 5, Ron Weasley. Ron is the best friend of Harry. I think it's really good how he played the best friend role like Sirius did in the Marauders time. I think Ron is just a really good character, and he's definitely not the worst Weasley, as he viewed himself as. Number 4, Neville. Neville is introduced in the Philosopher's Stone as one of the Gryffindor Hogwarts students. I think it's really good how we see how Neville changes through the book. I wish that they'd release a new movie and they'd show Neville teaching at Hogwarts. I think that would be really cool and a really good development for his character. Number 3, Ginny. Ginny Weasley. Ginny Weasley is the younger sister of Ron and all the Weasleys. She is the only girl in the family, other than her mother, of course. But I think Ginny is a good character in the book. I wish that we'd have saw some of her feistiness in the movie. She was a better character in the book than the movie. Number 2, Hermione Granger. Hermione is one of the main characters from the Golden Trio, and she is often referred to as the brightest witch of her age. I think Hermione is probably my favourite Gryffindor, but she is still number 2. Number 1 is Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood is the odd Ravenclaw girl. She is my favourite for so many reasons. She tells people it's okay to be yourself. And I love her quote, "You're just the same as I am," because this could show no comfort to whoever she's trying to say it to. This was my rank for the Harry Potter characters. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Stay awesome, HFam, and have a great day.